Hey Joey, it's July 1st and a Monday, and whenever it's the first of the month and a Monday at the same time, it feels like the best time to start something new. So here's a reading vlog for you. I have literally 10 minutes left on my lunch break, so I'm gonna start Love Unwritten on this here Kindle, and I'll probably only get like a chapter in. This book's like 600 pages long, so we'll see how that goes. We'll also see how this vlog goes, because A, I'm forgetful, and B, I don't know how to edit yet. But here's the first video. You're gonna be in this one later, because I think I'll just go for the rest of the week through Sunday. Good times. Okay, just as an update, I did read one single chapter of Love Unwritten on my Kindle before I had to go back into work. My Kindle also wasn't working. It like wouldn't connect to my hotspot, and so I had to read it on my phone. Doesn't matter, it's fine. So I read one single chapter, and I am hoping to read more today, but I have like 30 million things on my to-do list for when I get home. So we'll see how much I read, but I'm going to my boyfriend's house, so there's not much for me to do there except for read my book, so we shall see. Okay, end of day Monday update. I read for like an hour, maybe. I'm on page 146, chapter 17. Which is only 23% of the way through the book, which should be like 50% if we were reading a regular romance, but we're not. We're reading Lauren Asher. You can literally see how big Love Unwritten is up there. It's good so far. Rafa is grumpy, and there's something going on, like some sort of trauma that is making him like this, but we don't know what it is yet. And Ellie has something going on. She makes music, which I didn't know going into this, that she is a musician, but I know that now. And she had some sort of falling out or something like that. He just like got all jealous about her at the bar. We love to see it, but I thought this whole book was going to be set in Hawaii, because all I ever heard anyone talk about was that like they were on vacation. And we're not in Hawaii yet. We're not even in a quarter of the way through, but I really thought more of it. I thought it was like we were gonna be on the plane on the way there in the first chapter, and we weren't. So I'm liking it so far, though. It is once again my lunch break, and I am once again reading in my car. I haven't decided if I'm gonna stay here in my parking lot lunch spot, or if I'm gonna drive back to work. But I have like 20 minutes to read some more of my book. I have no updates since yesterday, because I didn't read any more yesterday after that last clip. But I'll let you know. Okay, happy Wednesday. I read quite a bit of Love Unwritten last night at Marshall's house, so I figured I'd update you. I'm now on, the sun is really stunning. I'm now on page 436, which is chapter 49, 71% of the way through. I am still enjoying it quite a bit. We're like uncovering bits and pieces of like what exactly is going on in Ellie and like Rafa's lives, like in their past, that like kind of makes them the way that they are, because it was almost annoying the way that things were happening, but it's like kind of clear why they were happening, and we're working through it together. Additionally, so her name is Ellie. Everyone calls her Ellie. Her full name is Eleanor, and at the beginning he called her Eleanor like intentionally to like make her angry, because she didn't like it. Well, not even angry, but just like she was like, why do you call me that? Everyone calls me Ellie. But he started calling her Elle, which like I love, because sometimes nicknames in books are a little weird. But just a shortening of her name, love it. So those are my thoughts so far. The goal is to finish this today at some point during my day, because tomorrow, you and I, 24-hour reading challenge, so I need to get through this so that I'm not still reading it when we start that. When I get home today, I'm picking out the books for that. Maybe I'll go through my picks for you. Yeah. Happy Wednesday. Okay, welcome to the portion of the video where I bought mini mics and now have these. We're gonna be picking out what books I'm gonna take to the readathon tomorrow and Friday. And I'm standing in the squeakiest part of my cork floor at the moment, so I will move out of the way shortly. To start over there, we have Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Picked that up from the local indie yesterday, on release day. It's only like, it seems so small. I thought it was the same size as Powerless when I picked it up. Rachel just read it. As it turns out, it's shorter. So that actually is helpful, because I was worried I was going to have to read like 600 pages during this readathon, but I must read it right now as soon as I finish Love Redesign. That's the book we're starting the readathon with. Can't wait. We're going to pick out some others, one of which is in the other room. So we'll get to that at the end. Okay. For starters, I think I want to read Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. Can you see me? Yeah. Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. Because I've read all of the other Ali Hazelwoods, and if I don't just push myself to start it, I'm never going to start it, because I am afraid, because it is, she says it's classified as erotica. It's not typically my cup of tea, but I like Ali Hazelwood enough that I'm going to read it anyway. So we're going to add that to the stack. Okay. This is on my TBR for this month. Oh gosh, I'm about to create just an avalanche of terrible things. Oh, there they go. Oh, there they go. Okay, well, okay. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. I read The Bodyguard last month, liked it a lot. This has pretty edges. And this is on my TBR for this month, so we'll take that. Also on my TBR this month, and coming highly rated from Bestie Des, is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan? Nobody knows. So we're going to take that with me, because I think that this, based on Des's review, leans more lit fic than it does romance, so it's like sort of a different genre. Who knows? I have no idea what I'm going to want to read while I'm there, because I usually just pick up whatever is calling to me in that moment. But we're doing it at your house, so I can't just have all my options. I gotta bring them with me, so we'll go with that. Something in my rat brain just said, take Saving Six. No, I have Saving Six and Redeeming Six in the wrong order on my bookshelf. I just realized that. But my brain was like, take Redeeming Six. No, I'm not reading that 900-page book, especially not physical copy during a readathon. That's not happening. So I don't know what conjured that thought. I think I'm going to take this. This is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, with the half-price book stickers still on it. Classic me. Because I love Abby Jimenez, and this is the only one I own of hers that I haven't read. I think I have it on my Kindle, because I feel like this series is on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll probably end up reading it on my Kindle if that is the case, or I'll read Yours Truly on my Kindle, because I think that's the same series as those, which is also on Kindle Unlimited. But I'm gonna bring this, adding it to the stack. Okay. I think these are the last two romances I'm going to bring, because I do have a genuine problem, and I'm going to bring way too many books. I'm already like picking out more than I want to bring. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to pare it down later. But A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. Haven't read The 7 Year Sleep yet, but I want to read that, because that concept intrigues me more than the other one, so I want to know if I like the writing before I go into that one. But I am also going to bring Only When It's Us. This is the first in the Bergman Brothers series by Chloe Leese. I'd been trying to get my hands on this for eons. And I read the Wilmot Sisters series first, because that was the only one I could get my grubby little hands on. But I finally got this, and I want to read it, so I'm going to read that. Hopefully, this is already more books than I will be able to read while I am there, because while I am a fast reader, I'm not a miracle worker. So can't wait to break my back bringing books to your house for this readathon. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to bring any more romances, but I'm going to bring When in Rome because I'm pretty sure that this is closed door, because I'm pretty sure that the rule book is her first book that isn't closed door, and I think I might need that, and how itty bitty it is. So that's the last one we're pulling off the romance shelf. Now I'm going to go over here where you literally won't be able to see me, and is an absolute disaster, so I'm not going to show it to you, but I will be right back with my selections from the fantasy slash thriller section of my shelves. Okay, these are my selections from the fantasy slash thriller section of my shelf. You might be able to tell that it is pretty much all thriller. So to start, Powerful, the novella of Powerless that is in between Reckless. I looked over there and I was like, oh, I do need to read that before I read the other one. And it's a little novella. So actually, the first thing I read will be Powerful because I have to read it before I read Reckless, is my understanding. Um, then here I have The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. I was looking for mystery thriller authors that people liked. Megan Miranda was one that was recommended to me. I bought this at an indie bookstore in Kansas City. If I'm in a thriller mood, maybe I shall read that. I then have The Lake by Natasha Preston, which I overheard a Barnes & Noble employee recommending to a teen when they were looking for mystery, and I prefer a YA mystery thriller because it tends to be less thriller, more mystery. And so I got this one at the Half Price Books, and I have some other ones like on my Kindle that I could read, but we'll bring that one with us because we're trying to read off the physical TBR. You know what I'm saying? And then last, I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is the only book left on my TBR from June that I made that was way too many books, and I somehow read all of them. Don't love that for me because, like, what was going on? But anyway, this is the only one left other than a reread of Happy Place, and it feels like I just need to, like, get it out of the way so that I can just, like, cross it off and it will be done. And I haven't read any Riley Sager yet, and this is the first one I got. I also have Home Before Dark and The Last Time I Lied and Middle of the Night because everybody rants and raves about how great Riley Sager is, so I'm trusting them. But that's the first one I got, so that's the first one I'm going to read. So I should have added those to that pile. Give me 1 second. Okay. The books have to hold my mic because I need both my hands to hold this up, but this is the stack. It doesn't even fit in the frame. This is the stack of books I am proposing to bring to the readathon. It's only 24 hours. We're doing it in 12-hour stints. There's no way I'm going to read all of these because there are 12 of them. And yeah, one's a novella, but, like, you know, I only read so fast. So yeah, tonight I'm going to finish Love Unwritten, hopefully. We're going to dinner, but hopefully I'll still be able to finish it because I think I'm like 80% of the way through. I read a little bit on my lunch. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that, and I will update you with my thoughts once I finish that, and then I will see you tomorrow as well for the readathon. Yay! Okay, it is Thursday, the 4th of July at 7 in the morning.
It is.
And we're about to start reading for the next 12 hours. I have previously mentioned that we're doing a 24-hour challenge, and as you know, we're doing it in 12-hour increments because we're both grandmas. At least that's what I've been telling everyone. So you already saw my stack because I just filmed it in the last clip, but if you'd like to go over your books,
yes, I
share
would
with
love
the
to.
class.
Kindle.
Currently reading Throttled by Lauren Asher.
That's true and sad. Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. The House in the Cerulean Sea, TJ Klune. All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. King of Sloth by Anna Huang. My Dearest Darkest by Kayla Cottingham. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherland by Heather Fawcett. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde.
Classic number 2.
Godslayers by Zoe Hanamakuta. The Other Merlin by Robin Schneider. Oh God. And A Game of Gods by Scarlett Sinclair. I anticipate reading 3 of them. So.
Yeah, I guess if we want to give goals, I anticipate reading 6, but only because one of them is powerful, which is a novella that is short in both stature and length.
Yeah. Real.
Well, I guess now what we do is we start the timer, but as you know, we're filming this on my phone, so I can't start
We can start it on my phone.
Phone go.
It's right here. Oh, okay.
I knew that. Thanks. Because I almost picked it up twice.
That's funny.
And I was like, oh, my phone's in my pocket.
12
You want to show the
12
folks?
hours. Yeah.
I can show you.
Show me.
Well, boop. Okay, I guess we have
Slay.
to start reading. I'm still reading Love Redesigned because, as you know, we went out last night and I didn't finish it.
Yeah. I am gonna read on my Kindle, but it's under the stack of books, so
Yeah. Okay,
That's
we'll
so
come
sad.
back when we have thoughts or have finished something or anything. Okay, it's been slightly less than an hour. I finished the last 20% of Love Unwritten. I am not going to make any rash decisions about how I'm going to rate it right now. So I guess I'm going to start powerful. And I'm so scared. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, it's been 3 hours. I just finished Powerful. This better be important in the grand scheme of things, because why did I have to go through that? Why? I don't rate novellas anyway, but I am a little angry. I'm not going to read Reckless, as I have already told you, IRL. I'm going to read When in Rome. It's in the middle of the stack, though, and I don't have enough hands to get it out. So we'll see how that goes. It is also incredibly short, so 2 down. However many to go. We have some special guests. Rachel was in that clip from earlier, and Madeline is over there. Rachel's about to leave, but I just finished When in Rome. This is very cute. I love that he owns a pie shop. I love his sisters. I'm excited about this series as a whole. I gave it 4 stars. My brain hurts. I think I'm gonna start The Lake because it's a whole different genre, but it's YA also, and so maybe it won't be as scary. It's nice and floppy too. That's my update. Okay, I have finished The Lake. It was fine. Our main character was 17, and that was clear. She just didn't always have the most thought out thoughts. And I don't know how I thought it was going to end, but I didn't realize that these ended kind of open-ended, which is not my favorite thing, but it was fine. I think I give it 3 stars. I am starting to go a little bit crazy because I've read so much. This is technically the 4th book I've finished, but I feel like Love Unwritten doesn't count because, like, I was already 80%, like 88% of the way through that when I got here. I do not know what I'm going to read next. Probably a romance, if I had to guess. Something light. Because, wow. It's like I've never done this before. Okay, so the timer just went off. And we're gonna go eat ribs. But here's a little recap of day one. I finished Love Redesigned. I read Powerless. I read The Lake. I read When in Rome. I read When in Rome. And I am 71% of the way through Life is Short, which I have over there. I'll get it. Well, go ahead and tell everyone what you read.
So I started the day by reading a little bit of Throttled. I was having a miserable time. I'm still gonna finish it, but I just didn't want to keep reading it. So then I switched to A Game of Gods,
Which is a big book.
Massive. And I was like 20% of the way into it, and now I'm like 60% of the way into it. And then I finished off the day reading The Other Merlin, and I'm like, I don't know percentages. It's just a physical book. I'm 259 pages into a 407 page book.
Yeah.
So I didn't finish any books today. But I did obviously read for 12 hours. So
yeah,
I feel okay about that.
We had some special guests.
We did.
Madeline read.
Oreos.
Yeah, Madeline read like, I'd say like 50% of boyfriend material.
She did. Yeah. Probably more, honestly.
Rachel read like 20% of whatever it was she was reading.
Yeah.
We gabbed a lot.
We're yappers.
We're yappers.
Especially when it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
Around.
I'm just cackling and telling her exactly what's going on in my book.
So like basically, I also read all 4 of those books today because I know exactly how they went.
Yeah.
You're following along for sure.
Life is Short is making me tear up like every other page.
It's on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm literally gonna download it tomorrow. Like,
yeah,
it's so good.
It's so good. I hit this thing on my mouth again. When I'm done with Life is Short, I think I might read Riley Sager.
Period.
And so that's what's happening there. It's gonna be really hard for me to go home and not read anything.
I'm fully gonna.
My only hobby.
I might honestly finish this tonight before you come back tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie.
That's so fair. I only have 30% left. There's a good chance that I finish Life is Short before I return.
Period.
So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Hells yeah.
I think with more special guests. So yeah.
The same special guests.
Yeah, the same special guests. The boys might come. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see you tomorrow. Okay. It's Friday, June 5th. We're back here in Joey's basement. Is that not what I said?
You said June 5th.
Oh, it's July. Okay. It's July 5th. We're back here in your basement, and we have special guest stars, Pepper the cat, and Rachel. And Rachel's going to be here all day with us, so I'm going to give her that. And if you want to give everybody a preview, or Joey a preview of what you've brought with you today.
Yesterday, I was reading Bad Graces by Kiri McCauley. Don't mind my botched finger. I think I sprained it in the pool yesterday. But this is fun and spooky. I got halfway through yesterday. Planned on finishing it, but was exhausted because it was 4th of July. As for what I brought...
And like 11 p.m.
Yeah. Let me move my little cake bites. I brought Powerful by Lauren Roberts. I just finished Reckless, so maybe it's a crime that I haven't read it yet. I brought Dreadful by Caitlin Rosakis, which is a fun little indie fantasy. And to continue with the theme, I also brought Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry.
It's going to be an exciting day. I think Dalton is going to bring us lunch later. We've all got scooters. I am unwell. Happy reading! Okay, it's now 11:15. We've been doing this for like 3 hours? 4 hours. That's how math works. I just finished House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. What is about all I have to say about that? I gave it 4 stars. And I out loud said, huh? Like 10 times. Because what was that?
Joey and Rachel have now also read that book because I basically gave them a page-by-page update of what was going on. Joey has finished The Other Merlin. She gave it 5 stars, as far as my Goodreads has said. And Rachel finished Bad Graces. How did you feel about it?
I gave it 4 stars.
She gave it 4 stars. There was also a lot of going on in that one.
The best way to describe it is I could describe Bad Graces is it is a retelling of The Tempest by Shakespeare, but it has like some mixtures of like I've never seen the show, but a lot of people reference it to Yellow Jackets, which I know is about a bunch of girls in the woods, and then also House of Hollow by God, I've read it. Sutherland. I know her last name. I think it's Crystal Sutherland. I don't know. I read that one though. That's what it reminded me of. Weird.
So now we're going to go do my Target pickup order, potentially listen to some of Patrick Stewart's memoir in my car, and get lunch. So whether or not we pause the timer, we will find out if we listen to the audiobook or if we don't. Maybe we won't. Who knows? See you then. Okay, we're back from lunch. We're going outside. I'm starting only when it's us. It's under my arm and I'm holding my phone, so that's not going to work. Joey's reading House in the Cerulean Sea. Rachel is reading Powerful. So, outside time. Okay, we have Pepper here as a special guest. Oh god. I just finished only When It's Us. This was very good. I liked it a lot. I really liked that family. I didn't realize they were Swedish. That's fun. This is straw. Okay. I did cry a fair bit. There is like a content warning at the beginning about some of the things that like people in this story struggle with, and it did hurt quite a bit. But it was very good. I think I'd give it like 4.5 stars because I was really upset when the thing happened. And it did pull me out of the story a little bit, but it was a good time. So now I'm going to start the rom-commers, I think. So, yay. Rachel finished Powerful, was also sobbing. It's been an emotional time here at the readathon. Joey's over there reading A Game of Gods. Just having an awful time. Okay. It's currently 7 o'clock. We technically should be done, but we took that break for lunch. So we'll be done in like an hour and a half. The boys are here causing a ruckus. Joey finished Game of Gods. She gave it 2 stars. She's having a terrible time. I'm reading Beautifully Broken Control, Sutter Lake number 4. I'm like, my Kindle's at 13%, and I'm like 40% of the way into it or something like that. Apparently, I'm going to give you a tour of everything everybody else is reading. Marsha's reading this Jim Butcher. Rachel's reading Dreadful by Caitlin Rosakis. Dalton's reading Killers of the Flower Moon, and Joey is reading Throttled Maybe. So, that's the 7 o'clock update. We just got pizza. Shout out to Jen. I'm losing it.
I could set it up over there and I could get everybody, but yeah, probably. Yeah, but we're a disaster. And then I would expose all of you for not reading. Chernobyl, chill. Wanna buy a sundial? in shock from seeing her brother. And he's like trying to help her get to sleep, and I'm trying to focus on it, but did I tell my Goodreads that I finished only when it says?
Okay, welcome to the end of the readathon. It's absolute pure chaos in here. But this is the stack of books that I finished. We started off with Love Unwritten, which I own physically but is not here. And then we had Powerful, The Lake, When in Rome, Life's Too Short, House Across the Lake, Only When It's Us, and then Beautifully Broken Control, I think is what it's called. All those books are the same thing. So that's what I finished, and now we're gonna do a little tour of what everybody else read. Okay.
Hi, I'm Marshall, and I read Jim Butcher's Stormfront. I did like 3 chapters that I was in the middle of, maybe 4. I'm on number 4. I got here 3 hours ago.
All right. I read Bad Graces by Kira McCauley. Real nice and spooky. Powerful by Lauren Roberts. Did indeed ruin my afternoon. And then I have read 5 chapters of Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis. It has actually helped me with my afternoon because it is very delightful.
Hola, soy Dalton. I am reading Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm gonna finish it up finally. So, and I got here 3 hours ago.
Hi, I'm Joey. I've been here for 24 hours. And I've actually been here more than that. I live here. I I finished these 2. The Other Merlin and A Game of Gods. I'm a really slow reader. And this one was a fight. I brawled with this book to get done with it. But I read a little bit of The House in the Cerulean Sea, but I didn't want to think too much. And then I read like half a chapter of My Dearest Darkest. And then I ended up with Throttled, which I'm like 24% of the way through. So yeah.
Okay, we're trying the mic clipped to my shirt because I don't want to set up the tripod right now, but I figured I'd fill you in on what I've been reading so far today. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to read anything today after what we just did for the last 2 days, but I was just at an event and I nothing was actually happening. So I was reading my book and in the car to and fro because it was a half-hour journey there and back. So I've been reading This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Basically, this girl goes to an island 5 summers ago and is supposed to meet her best friend, but her best friend misses her flight. And so she goes to a bar and she ends up like hooking up with the bartender only to find out that it's her brother, who her best friend like basically explicitly was like, do not fall in love with my brother, is what she said, which was kind of a funny haha, but like she wasn't supposed to be involved with him in any way. And she was. And so far, we're getting like a then and now timeline of then when she like first met him, and now they're back at the island because her best friend was like, I just need some time, because she's supposed to be getting married in like it starts at a 9-day countdown. So that's been happening. The brother is in the house. I think she's been coming back based on what I can tell, because now we've got like a 4 summers ago, and so there's that. But I am on page 112, which is chapter 15. I'm liking it so far. I haven't read any Carly Fortune. I haven't read any of her other stuff, which I've heard like mixed reviews based on book to book, but I'm having a good time. So that's my update. Okay, I am actively in the middle of editing this video for you in the hopes that I can get it uploaded to YouTube and figure that out before the day is over. So I'm going to update you on where I am in This Summer Will Be Different. It is 6 o'clock Sunday evening. And so there's a good chance that if I get this to work, I will read more of this. But I want to try and figure that out. So I'm just going to let you know where I am right now. So I am currently on page 160, which is chapter 21. I'm opening it like I didn't already check that. Our two main characters are still like dancing around each other. Like it's clear that they have had relations in the past. And we're getting then and now timelines. Still, we're down to like 6 days before the wedding and 2 years ago in the past timeline. I'm still really enjoying it. I do want to finish it, but I think in order for me to get my full enjoyment out of it, I need to sit down and finish like the last 200 pages and not keep reading it in chunks, but read a little bit of the coffee shop. So now I'm at chapter 21. So that is the update on that. This is the end of the reading vlog. Hope you enjoyed, because it did almost kill my computer. See you next time.